In this video, I'm sharing my Perfume Regrets Celebrity Edition Part 1. This video has been requested and I've been excited to film it because even though I have filmed on this theme with Perfume Regrets, it's been perfumes that maybe I've changed my mind about over time or actually regretting parting ways with a perfume. But this is about perfumes I've bought that just weren't right for me from the beginning. In the case of most of these perfumes, they were in my real collector phase where I would just buy anything that was new from a celebrity basically, and they would have been blind buys as well. And we're talking perfumes where I really kind of just wish I had my money back right now. Like, they shouldn't have been in my collection, they definitely weren't right for me, and maybe I wore them once or twice and then realised that I should have tested them first. I love celebrity perfume, and if you're already subscribed, you know that I wear them a lot, I talk about them a lot. And if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe to me so that you can have more celebrity perfume content. So there are a lot of these perfumes to talk about for me, which is why there will be a part 2, maybe even a part 3. But the flip side of that is that with, I think, each of these lines, there are so many more recommendations and perfumes I could speak highly of. But these are the ones that just shouldn't have made it to my collection. So let's get stuck in with part 1 and the first 10. Up first is Fancy Nights by Jessica Simpson. And you might well know already that I love the original Fancy. I think it's one of my favourite perfumes. It's so unique smelling. It should still be far more easily available and on the shelves as a classic. A beautiful scent and a strong recommendation that smells of candy floss. But with Fancy Nights, it was a blind buy. It was me thinking that I would get a variation on the theme of fancy. It is a flanker after all, but it is so different. It is a patchouli scent. It's quite mossy in the way it smells. It has rose, it has sandalwood and bergamot. And lots of people say that it smells like Prada by Prada. So I think I gave mine to my sister way back when, not long after I bought it, because it's well done. It gives variety to Jessica Simpson's line. It's great if you love the Prada perfume, but it's nothing like the original Fancy, and it just wasn't me. The next perfume is Indie by Katy Perry, and there are some loves for me among the Katy Perry perfumes. I really enjoyed Meow when it was in my collection. That is tangerine and vanilla, and I highly recommend Mad Love as this mouth-watering sorbet coconut concoction. That's a great scent that's still available. And I did basically have all of the Katy Perry perfumes, but sadly I parted ways with a few of them before my YouTube days really started, so I haven't actually grouped them together on here ever, but they've all featured at one time or another on my Instagram. Indie. Indie was marketed as unisex, so I got excited thinking we had something weird on the way, a bit like Stash by SJP, that smells so unusual and like nothing I've ever tried before. But Indie is a tea scent with plum and with a lot of musk, so I had no business buying it really, because most of the time I don't enjoy tea and fragrances, and I think in this last year there's been a scent with tea where I did enjoy it, so I'm prepared to have my mind changed. But for Indie, it's not a me scent, I didn't enjoy it, and it definitely should have been a scent that I tried first. It's likely that you already know that I love the Britney Spears perfumes, but there is one regret with the Britney Spears line that I have, and that is for Cosmic Radiance, a flanker to the original Radiance, which I have a little bit of an on-off relationship. But with Cosmic Radiance, it was bought for me by a friend, going back to when it was launched. And I didn't find it to be very typical of the Britney line. I couldn't really smell much. It wasn't very sweet or fruity. It's a floral perfume, basically, with gardenia, with tuberose and jasmine. There's sandalwood, there's amber, and there's musk. And I couldn't get a lot from it, and I parted ways with it. But I think because of my reviewing, I wanted it back in my collection, I wanted to talk about it, and then being more discerning about my collection, really being a bit more precious about space, I've moved it on again. I shouldn't have rebought that perfume because I just don't enjoy the smell well enough, and of course I can talk about it without actually having my bottle. I don't even really like the bottle either, but yeah, that's a separate note. I do enjoy the original Radiance bottle, I think that's very pretty. On the topic of Britney Spears perfumes actually, there is another one that I have only been a little bit tempted to buy, and that is Prerogative Ego, because I think that smells a lot like Indie, and so I know as a really musky scent it's not my kind of thing, and I was only tempted once when a JLo perfume was said to be similar to Prerogative Ego, and I enjoy the JLo perfume, but that one with indie kind of helping me, I've managed to avoid thinking, I just don't need that in my collection at all. It's not a me scent. My next perfume regret is Fairy Dust by Paris Hilton. And I do love so many perfumes from the Paris Hilton line. And I have a couple of really high recommendations. Can, Dazzle. She has some really good fragrances. And what I love about her is that she is kind of the link between celebrity perfume past and celebrity perfume present, because she's still going. She still promotes her perfumes. She has always been passionate about them, and she has new releases now. So I do love Paris Hilton, but Fairy Dust was a mistake for me. She was in a phase where her campaigns were really cute, and she was kind of taking on like quite a niche theme with each one. So we had Siren, where she was a mermaid, and then Fairy Dust as a fairy. So of course I wanted a bottle. But this perfume, it is gardenia, it's peach actually, which surprised me, and it's patchouli. And I basically think that it smells of white wine. And this wasn't in the phase where I enjoyed a white wine. This was just before it. But even still, it's not a scent profile that I've ever got on with. And so I didn't like to wear it. I just wanted the vibe of this gorgeous campaign and look, and to collect the perfume. And it actually, as a scent, is a lot like the original Juicy Couture by Juicy Couture, which is white flowers and also the patchouli. And we will have a little bit of a theme with my regrets here and white florals, the same as with Cosmic Radiance. So I've never been tempted by that Juicy Couture perfume either. Even though I like Juicy Couture, it's just not a scent profile that I should have bought without trying, certainly. But the collector in me just saw a new Paris Hilton perfume and bought it. The next perfume keeps a similar theme, and it's Signature Story for Her from Victoria Beckham. And we've got in this one more peach actually, but I don't remember it smelling of peach, and musk and patchouli. And it will say on the internet that this is a David Beckham perfume, but he had his male equivalent released, and this was the female equivalent. It again smells like fairy dust. It smells like white wine to me, like that original Juicy Couture perfume, and just despite its nice aesthetic, not a perfume that I could get along with. Personally, I loved Intimately by Victoria Beckham, and I loved Intimately Night. I still have them. They're beautiful, well done scents that I think could have easily stayed attached to her brand, even with her amazing new niche ones that have come along the way as well. The next perfume is Vintage by Kate Moss, and I love from her Velvet Hour, but I was in collector mode and I was just buying anything, as I've said was my trait, that was brought out from a celebrity line. And this one, Vintage, does have me curious now about whether or not me today would like it, but my impression of the composition then was that it smelled musky. I just didn't get on with it, and it did have mandarin orange, pink pepper and almond blossom, and people in their reviews are saying that it smelled like sweet almond, that it was this powdery vanilla, but it's just not what I got from the perfume, and definitely one that either I should have tested first, or if I did test it, I was just kind of talking myself into liking it because I wanted it in my collection and to kind of just enjoy it among the others and have that variety, I suppose. Now, I love the Kylie Minogue line of perfumes, and watch this space because I will be reviewing her latest launches soon. But back in my collector mode, I bought Dazzling Darling, but it just wasn't up to the standard of Darling or Sweet Darling, the latter of which I adore. Dazzling Darling suited its name. It kind of sparkled. It's rose, it's violet, which surprises me looking back, it's sandalwood and it's orris root. And there was something about it, I just found a little bit chemical in the fragrance. It was too light, but kind of chemical at the same time, and it just didn't feel like I was wearing much when I wore it. I wanted something stronger, like Sweet Darling, which really packs a punch with its cotton candy. So a great line in general, but because there were so many, it is quite understandable really that there were a couple in there that weren't for me. Lovely You by Sarah Jessica Parker is my next perfume regret. And again, I enjoy so many from Sarah Jessica Parker's line in particular, like it's one of my favourite celebrity perfume lines. But with this edition of Lovely, I even actually had to look it up to see which one I'd owned. It's the Lovely flankers that I don't get on with. There have been quite a few, and I don't find any of them, maybe as you would expect, to be as good as that original Lovely, which projects really well, which just smells so beautiful and elegant and timeless. And the flankers tend to be more floral, in my opinion. The original Lovely has a martini note that backs it up, and this one, Lovely You, was freesia, water lily, it's jasmine, and I found it light and pleasant and enjoyable. But I think I gave it to my sister actually. It's pleasing, but just not what I would call a me scent, and I didn't find it memorable either. Pulse NYC by Beyonce was also a perfume regret from me. I even had to look that one up because I just found it too light and not memorable. I know there was a summer edition as well, but it was NYC that I had and I didn't really see the point in it. The original Pulse, I need to check and see if I still have, I'm sure I do, was so good and very underrated. It has a curacao note, it's orchid, it's musk and bergamot, and it smells drinkable and very unique and addictive, and even kind of like blue. It smells like it looks. But with NYC, we've got mandarin orange and pink pepper. It has benzoin, which surprises me. I don't remember smelling benzoin. And it was just light, not as good, and a bit like with the summer edition, where that's a whole other story. I find summer editions can be a little bit too, well, I was going to say pointless. That's a bit much. A bit light for my personal taste and a bit disappointing. NYC just felt like the flanker we didn't need, because if Pulse had been promoted more, I think it would have done really well. That was a good fragrance, but Pulse NYC just wasn't what I needed as well. For this video, my last perfume regret was Forever by Mariah Carey. I have nice memories of seeking it out in store, I think in Chicago, wanting to smell what it was like, but it's a white floral. Gardenia does not get a very good write-up in this video from me. This was gardenia and tuberose, and I did know back then that tuberose was a bit of a risky note for me, but I love Mariah and I wanted to enjoy it. She brought out M was amazing. I wanted to collect and enjoy her fragrance line. The bottle was very pretty, and looking back, I am quite surprised to see that there was a Granny Smith apple note in this scent, but it wouldn't change how I feel about it. Even now, I can remember smelling this and finding it quite screechy, and I just didn't have any business really buying a white floral like that. It was too strong for me. I can see how it would be incredible if you like your white florals more than I do. Nowadays I get on with them better, but that was a very strong perfume that wasn't right for me to wear. It just didn't get on with my skin chemistry and felt too strong. Thank you so much for watching, and I would really love to know what you think of these perfumes I've mentioned, and also your own perfume regrets, please, be they celebrity or otherwise. I'm here in the comments. Please do give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and remember to subscribe to my channel as well. You can also go and find me over on Instagram and on TikTok. Thank you again, and I'll see you in my next video.